Mm. Mm.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We're back. It's the game plan. I can't believe it. It's been so long. Okay. The broadcast is just about to end, so we are about to go. If the screen shakes, it's me shaking my leg. I'm sorry. I'm going to try my best not to do it. No promises. I have to check now. It's not shaking, is it? Okay, we're good. That's our cue. 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway is the home of the Gotta Have It's, with over 70 vendors and spacious shopping. Always celebrating the third weekend of the month. The special Apple Tree Antique Gallery is locally owned and operated with a hometown Bethany flavor and tradition. Call 495-0602 and check out the Gotta Have It's Apple Tree Antique Gallery. You're listening.
We are Integrity Heating, Air, and Plumbing, in business for over 40 years. We provide a top-notch service for every company and residential home in the area. Let's take a look inside. Let you meet some people.
Hey, Blaine. Good morning. Here we have a part of our call center. This is Tina. That's Gabby. That's our general manager, BJ. Office hours are from 7:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday. And we do heating and air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. Give us a call. We always have specials. Our number one priority is your family, constant comfort, and convenience. We offer 24-hour service.
And in order for us to do that, we fully stock everything here at our warehouse, whether it's commercial or residential. We offer plumbing, heating and air, and electrical full services. All of our guys are licensed, we're bonded and insured.
Here at Integrity, we offer senior discounts, military discounts, and public service discounts.
You worked hard for us, so let us work hard for you.
Yeah. Go Broncos.
1 minute to go, folks. Then we are live.
At 66 Hill Ford, Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law and enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods.
Lilygrass Flowers and Decor is rooted in rich history dating back to 1979. The precious memory of Flowers by Roy, Alicia Rankin, and Stafford carried the commitment to offer the finest unique floral arrangements with same-day delivery locally and nationally. What you envision, we make reality at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway. Call Lilygrass Flowers and Decor at 721-1813 and begin a new memory.
You're listening to Sports and Talk on thegospelstation.com, heard in Oklahoma City and around the world. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is the cue. We are live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Game Plan here on thegospelstation.com, Scroll Sports and Talk, and on Facebook as well, Gospel Station Sports and Talk. We're doing the live there, and that's because we're out at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400 here in the city. Thank you to Lilygrass for allowing us to come back and visit and hosting the show. Well, it's been a little bit. We've had some high school games going on that's kind of messed with our schedule a little bit here, so I haven't gotten to do a game plan in a while. But, Mike, I got to say I'm happy to be back. How's your day been?
It's been going well. It's been raining, so I've been dodging raindrops, but everything's going well. And, it ended up being one of those days where everybody was supposed to be done by midnight on Saturday with the NFL, so there was nothing on Sunday. So really there was nothing on TV. But like there was 4 games on at the same time on Saturday. It was kind of annoying.
Yeah, you were complaining about that when I was at the office earlier today. I get it. I tried to watch Dallas's preseason game, but it's Dallas preseason, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here on this episode, we've got a special guest coming on as our sort of return, if you will. They come from Enid, Oklahoma. They're at a junior college out there. Please welcome to the show the head women's soccer coach from Northern Oklahoma College, Coach Joe Jolly. And Coach Jolly, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, happy to be here.
We're glad you can make it. I've been looking forward to this one ever since we met y'all at that Qdoba back here in the city.
Yeah, we're happy to be here. I've got 3 of the players here with me. We've got Matisse Ames, Alyssa Harvey, and Marissa Chavez with us. All our sophomores on the team this year.
All right. Well, I'm happy to hear that. And thank you to the players for joining us as well. I thought this was a chance, but I wasn't sure what we were going to end up with. 3 is really good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we get into this show, usually we like to open and have everybody introduce themselves. We just talk about you guys, where you come from, how you ended up at NOC, and really get the listeners a chance to get to know more about you. So we'll start with you, Coach. Recently named the head coach of the program, but you come from, if I've got this right, UCO, and you were out in Arizona before this?
Yep, so this will be season 1 for me here at NOC. The previous few years, I was at a NAI school in Arizona called Arizona Christian University, and before that, for about 3 years, I was with UCO on the women's side. So happy to be back in Oklahoma. Excited to get going with the new school here, and hopefully we can turn this into a good season.
All right, I'm sure you can, because I was reading the article they put out about you, and it says you checked off all the boxes, so they seem to be about as excited about you as you are about coaching them.
Yeah, I think it was something that worked out well. Like, kind of my ideas for the program aligned well with the administration here, so it seemed like a good fit, which is why we're happy to be here.
All right, yes, sir. And tell me a little bit more about the schools you were at before this. We'll stick with you for a second. I played NAIA in college, so I understand a little bit. But for the people at home, go ahead.
Yeah, so in Arizona, I was coaching with the men's team at an NAIA school, which NAIA is mostly going to be a smaller private institution. Competed mostly in Arizona and California. Did well out there, had a lot of fun. Before that was at UCO in Edmond, which is Division II, and got to learn a lot there. Got to learn a lot from some of the coaching staff that were above me. Thought that it was a really good fit, and glad I got to do it.
Right. Life has a funny way of leading you places, right? It just seems to work out in the end.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, out in Arizona for about 3 years. All of my family's in Oklahoma. I'm originally from Oklahoma, so being further away from home wasn't the most fun, but that's kind of where the job took me. And it just so happened that the job at NOC opened up as I was starting to look for a way to get a little bit closer to home. So was able to make that happen. Now, most of my family's down in Lawton, Oklahoma, so only about 2 hours away from family and friends now. Yeah,
that is not so bad at all. 2 hours is nothing compared to what Arizona would be, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think having to either schedule a flight or drive about 15 hours to come see family on holidays and whatnot was definitely a headache.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Well, let's go to some of the players you've got on. I'll just go in the order you name them. So let's start with Miss Ames. Miss Ames, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you for joining. So, sophomore, this Jew College, for those who don't know, JUCO are 2 years. So, the sophomore is the old player on campus, if you will.
We're the big dogs.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so sophomore, you play forward, and you're from Arkansas. How did you end up at NOC?
Well, I didn't play my junior year of high school, but I played my whole life, and after playing my senior year, I realized I wanted to keep playing, and I had a couple messages from coaches on field level, and I just picked this school, and then I came here. It worked out really well. So.
I mean, it's exactly like we were just saying with Coach. Sometimes life works out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, field level. You saying that brings back some memories.
Oh gosh.
No, but I'm happy you've ended up there. It sounds like you guys have a good team. I know you've already started your season, so we'll talk about that a little bit more. But going through NOC, just what can you tell us about entering this program as a freshman that first time, getting ready to go through college?
Well, it was scary just because I'm a good like 4 hours from home almost, so it was hard to leave and be in another state. But everything was good. Everyone is so nice here, and just playing soccer don't really matter. So,
Right, that's what it's all about, just getting to do what you love, right?
yep.
All right, nice. Well, I'm happy to hear that you're having a good time, and we'll talk more to you in a second, but I got to make sure everybody gets their introductions, so let's go next to Marissa Chavez. Miss Chavez, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, all right. Thank you for joining the show.
Yes, of course.
Okay, now Aim said she's from Arkansas. You are not. Looking at the roster, you're from Enid, so a little bit of a hometown look here, huh?
Yes, I'm from Enid. Yep.
So was NOC always that high on your list, or did this kind of just happen too?
Well, my siblings played at NOC in Tonka when the program was over there, the soccer program. So when it got moved over here, it was kind of just an easy choice. My siblings played there, so it was kind of just easy to choose NOC.
Nice, nice. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you've got siblings going through the college as well. That's always really cool when you get family doing it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I bet. I'm the oldest out of my siblings, but my brother followed me to Oklahoma, but he wanted nothing to do with the college I was at. I can tell you that. So, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you're on the defensive side, correct?
Yes, I am. I play center back.
So, did you always play center back, or did you try some of the other positions going into college? What did that look like?
No, I've always played defensive. My freshman year, I played outside back, but my sophomore year, I was moved to center back, and I've just been there all my life now.
Nice, nice. Well, it sounds like you really enjoy it to play there so long, right?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Nice. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about what goes into that in our upcoming segments. We've got one more player to introduce. So then the last one is Miss Harvey.
Hi, how are you doing?
All right, I'm doing well. Thank you for the final time for joining us on the show.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. The last of our sophomores, and we've kind of gotten every part of the field now. Looking at the roster, midfielder, correct?
Yes, I am.
So we've got the forward, the midfield, and the backfield all accounted for. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're from Duncan, Oklahoma, correct? So also
Yes,
from
I
the
am.
state.
Yep.
So I'll ask the same question. How did you end up at NOC?
So, I've been playing soccer my whole life, and I knew going into high school that I wanted to continue that on at the higher level. And before Coach Jolly was here, we had a couple other coaches, and they reached out to me through coming and seeing me at one of my games. And since then, I've kind of been on their radar. They were on my radar. And after visiting and talking more about the program and what we're looking for, I thought NOC would be a great fit. And it's decently close to home. It's still in Oklahoma, so that's how I ended up here.
Right, not 14-hour plane rides, right, Coach?
Oh yeah, none of that. None of that.
No, that's awesome. Staying in state is awesome. You get the nice, financial bonuses and all that stuff, I guess.
Right, definitely.
So you mentioned that you had been on their radar, they had been on yours. So can you go into just a little bit more detail about what it was NOC did or said or showed that kept them on your radar?
Yeah, definitely. So my sophomore year, I actually went through an injury and I tore my ACL meniscus, but I came back my junior year and I played for a club team in Oklahoma City, and I was at one of my tournaments, and the previous NOC coach saw me there at one of the showcases at a showcase tournament, and he talked to me, got my information, and we were able to stay in contact throughout my senior year as well. And so I always kind of thought about NOC going into just scouting out my options for maybe potentially playing college soccer. And when the time got closer, we were able to talk a little bit more about me coming to NOC. And that's when I had my visit and I made my decision to commit here.
Nice, yeah, and it was just go time from there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I like it, and it looks like it's doing all right. I've talked about it a little bit, but you guys sound like you have a good program. And Alyssa, if the box score was right, you scored the one goal the team had in that early season tie this year. So you're already getting goals on the board. I like it.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
All right, and trust me, we'll talk more about the season coming up here. We've got a little bit more time on this segment. So talk to us a little bit about the city of Enid. We've talked about the college now, but what is the town like? And this is open to anybody.
I think Marissa's best apt to answer this question since she's from here, so we'll hand it off to Marissa here.
Yeah, the town it's not small, but it's not big either. There's a lot of things. It's mostly just food and shopping. There's not many, like there's golf, like mini golf and bowling that we've done a couple times just for some team activities, but other than that, it's not much besides food. Yeah, there's not much to do. There's not much to do here.
Well,
there's some good parks.
There you go. There you go. I mean, that's not unusual in Oklahoma at some parts, to be honest. So. I get it. Hey, there's always something to do if you know where to look, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I've been doing shows here in the city, and all the girls we talked to say they were taking full advantage of that tax-free weekend, going shopping at the malls. So yeah, I'm not surprised y'all had shopping on the list there. All right. Well, we've got just a few more minutes in this segment, so we're about to send it to break. We're going to talk about the season coming up next, what it's like training for the season, how Coach Jolly has taken over this program coming up soon. But before we go to break, I got to remind all our listeners that we are at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor here in Oklahoma City, 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400. Call them at 405-721-1813 or email them info@lilygrass.com. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Saturday, 9 to 2. They have sales going on. They can do custom bouquets. They've got everything you need getting ready for these all these celebrations coming up in the fall semester. So remember, Lilygrass Flowers and Decor. Big thank you to Alicia Rankins, the owner, for allowing us to come through and do this. All right, we're going to send it to our first commercial break here, and then when we come back, we'll get back into the conversation. To everybody listening online or on the Facebook, more from NOC Enid Soccer when we come back after this.
If you're hankering for some real Oklahoma barbecue, then get yourself on over to Earl's Rib Palace at 6816 Northwestern in Oklahoma City. Man, the ribs, chicken, turkey, sides, and the cobblers that will set your taste buds on a hoot.
Okay. Good show so far. Nice. Good first segment.
Dine in with friendly customer service or carry out. You're going to savor Earl's Rib Palace. I reckon I ought to give you their phone number. It's 405-843-9922. Making mouth-watering barbecue since 1996. Earl's Rib Palace.
Your home and your car are more than just things. They're where you make your memories, and they deserve the right protection. At Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, well, he gets it, and that's why he's there. For your home, life insurance, car, and more, call Blake Nightingale 405-728-1313. Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, 7304 Northwest Expressway. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. State Farm Insurance.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been served.
Okay, folks, okay. Thank everybody who's tuned in. I'm going to turn this down. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in on the Facebook. I hope you guys can hear them all right. I've got them playing on the speaker through my laptop. It's a little bit better than my phone, I think, because I can turn it up a little louder. So if y'all can hear them all right, that'll be good. But this is gearing up to be a very fun rest of this show. So I'm excited for what we got to come.
Downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway is the home of the Gotta Have It, with over 70 vendors and spacious shopping. Always celebrating the third weekend of the month with special Apple Tree Antique Gallery is locally owned and operated with a hometown Bethany flavor and tradition. Call 495-0602 and check out the Gotta Have It's Apple Tree Antique Gallery.
Tanko Mechanical
All right.
Electrical and Plumbing is a
And this is the last commercial, ladies and gentlemen, so we're about to get back into it. Northern Oklahoma College Enid Women's Soccer on the call. Getting into segment number 2.
Organization and its solid quality handiwork every time. The past projects include both new construction and repairs and restoration. Occupied and fully operational job sites are never a problem. They can also plan, manage, and build multiple
Better get up a backup
jobs.
mic.
We are a turnkey plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and mechanical contractor. Tanko Company, give them a call at 405-255-7804. Again, that's 405-255-7804. Tanko.
And that brings us back here for segment number 2 of the game plan, live from Lilygrass Flowers and Decor at 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400 in Oklahoma City. I told you can call them at 405-721-1813, but they also have a fax, 405-721-1106, and a toll-free number, 800-248-4858. Go to their website, www.lilygrass.com, and put in an order for a custom boutique. You can come pick it up in time for any celebration coming up in the fall. Homecomings, proms, and everything in between. Lilygrass can get you set up right. And of course, they've still got the summer sale going on, so anything in the store tagged with the green item is 60% off. And you can see some of those items if you tune in on the Facebook. We are live on Gospel Station Sports and Talk. You can see me there as well. Get a more behind-the-scenes view is how I like to describe it, if that interests you at all. All right, but we're here with segment number 2, so let's get more from NOC Women's Soccer. Getting into this, I want to talk a little bit about the past year that NOC had and what we're expecting here in this season. So, Coach Jolly, last year, the Lady Jets went to a 9-7-3 record, and now you're being brought in to head up this program. Early on, what are your goals for NOC this season?
Well, I think when I came in as head coach, one of the main goals I said to the group, I said to our administration, is that I want to be back to being probably the best team in Oklahoma. So that is step one for us. It's, can we compete regionally? Are we going to win the games that we have here in Oklahoma? And then after that, can we get now and compete nationally, moving on to outside of Oklahoma? This is the main goal.
Right, absolutely. I like that. And you've got some tough in-state competition, too. Looking ahead at your schedule, your conference is filled with teams like Seminole State, Rose State, Redlands. Those are not bad teams at all. So going ahead in...
No, definitely not. I think that a lot of the teams in our region, in our conference, are top teams. We've this region 2 is what we're in, and region 2 is represented well nationally over the past few years, and so we want to be the team that is representing our region.
Absolutely, I like it. That's a good set goal, to be the team that heads that region, shows up what's happening. So I don't know the word I'm looking for. It is the symbol of it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and for the players, now that Coach has talked a little bit about the overall goal, do you three have any individual goals you're trying to hit this season as you go into that sophomore year?
At the beginning of the season, I just told Coach mine would be to consistently start this season. So, hopefully that works.
I'm sure it will.
For my goal, I told Coach that I want to score at least one time because I'm a defender, so I'm not really up there all the time. But he allows me to go up in corners. So hopefully I can meet my goal up there one day.
Absolutely. Hey, just take enough kicks and eventually one will go in, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then for my goal, I said that I just wanted to go into the season and play every game, not regretting anything. Because I feel like last season there was lots of games where I would look back and I would regret something I did or regret how hard I played. And so this year I just want to go into every game, every practice, training, whatever it may be, just doing it full on 110% and just leaving it all on the field.
Those are good goals from all three of you. And speaking to that, not having any regrets. So if you say you're looking back and you have a few already, how are you using those to inspire you, to push you to move forward? Do you have maybe a technique, a little trick you like to use to remind yourself?
Well, I just sometimes like to think of it as a perspective thing, because like as a student athlete, you're challenged in so many ways. You're challenged mentally, you're challenged physically in your body, and then not only your competition can be intimidating, but also just um, in school and in the community, just making sure that you're representing well in the classrooms in the community, and then also staying on top of your schoolwork. And so for me this year, it's all about just having a perspective. Like, I get to be here. I get to be a college athlete. I get to be a student athlete. And that this is all about opportunity. It's all about embracing that opportunity. And every game is a platform for us to represent NOC and who we are. And like Coach said, we want to be the head of this region. We want to represent our region. And so it's just transforming my mind and getting back into that mentality of this is an opportunity and I'm not here to waste it. And I don't think any of us are as a team, or of course Coach Jolly either.
Absolutely. I'm sure Coach Jolly is smiling right now at that answer, if I had to imagine.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, sir. All right. So, and again, you mentioned another great thing is going into every game, leaving nothing behind, knowing that it's a privilege to be there to play college soccer when so many people don't make it to the college level. Have you three been able to kind of take that mindset and use it to lead the rest of the players on the team?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Because us three being the sophomores, we set the tone for the practices, for the games, the energy, trying to get the rest of the team to realize, like, that this is an opportunity. We need to embrace it, and we have something special here, and we can make something special of it. And as long as we keep our energy up and that intensity in every game, training, no matter the competition, we can do well. We can go far in this season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead. I thought I heard someone else speak up there in the back.
Oh, no. I just said 100% what you said.
All right. Absolutely. And Coach, great answers right there. How much of that is what you taught them, and how much of that was what they came in with?
I think most all of it is on them. So I've asked them to. These are our three leaders for the year. These are our three captains. And over the summer, I was speaking with them and basically saying, hey, this is your year to be your last year here at NOC, and it's what sort of legacy do you want to leave here, and what do you want to leave behind for the next group of student athletes to come through here, and how do you want to be remembered? So I kind of put it all on them, and those are the answers they came up with and they gave to me. And so I said, awesome, this is your team, this is your year. I'm just here helping you get the best out of it. And so it's really their desire to do well and to have a good season that I think is going to carry us this year.
All right, I like that, and that's impressive to hear, Coach, coming in on your first year. I'm sure you're feeling a lot of pressure. You have a lot of expectations, but you're putting it right back on the players. The ball's back in their court, so to speak. And it really feels like you are allowing them to be the best versions of themselves here with the way you've started to lead this team.
So. Well, that's definitely the goal, right? That's always the goal for every coach, I think. And I tell the ladies that I'm not the one on the field scoring the goals or saving the shots, right? I'm sitting around on the sideline doing nothing during the important part, right? And so when it comes down to it, like there's really nothing I can do in a game that's gonna change the outcome. It's really all up to them.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard that before. Oh man, going on baseball, man. I've heard that before. I can't swing at the pitch for you. I can't throw it in the strike zone for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely a coaching thing. That's definitely a coaching thing. But we'll talk a little bit more about your upcoming schedule and how you run the practices on the second half of our show, because I'm going to send it to break a little early and give us as much time as possible to talk about the physical training aspect of the college soccer. So let's do our quick ad read and get on to break. The game plan is live at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, and we've got Northern Oklahoma College Enid women's soccer on the show today. So thanks to Lilygrass for hosting, being the venue tonight. You can find Lilygrass on pretty much every social media. They're on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, I think Google Plus. It's been a while since I've seen that one, but Pinterest, Instagram, they're on all of it. 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400 if you want to stop by. Remember, they're not just flowers, but they're decorations also. And if you stop in the shop, you can see that it's kind of split into 4 segments. They've got a spring, summer, fall, and winter all in the corners of the store. And that's always something I like to point out because I think it's really clever. But come by, order some flowers, get yourself ready for all those celebrations coming up in the fall. And let's send it to break. More from NOC Enid Soccer when we come back after this.
John Campbell is your local health market agent that specializes in Medicare. Instead of talking through an 800 number, talk face-to-face with your local agent.
Hope I'm doing all right. They're great girls. Great answers.
Find the company that best fits your needs. John Campbell Health Market serves Yukon, Bethany, and the surrounding area, and will travel across the state of Oklahoma to meet with you. Call John Campbell Health Markets at 405-200-8414. Call 405-200-8414. Grandview Windows and Doors is a proud sponsor of the Bethany Broncos and a part of the community serving all of Oklahoma City area with a mission to provide our customers exceptional window and door solutions. Locally owned and operated, Grandview Windows and Doors is your window
Let me turn
and door
this down.
specialist.
Okay, and for everybody watching on Facebook, thank you for tuning in on Gospel Station Sports and Talk. I'll show you the card. This is Lilygrass Flowers and Decor. The slogan, what you envision, we make reality. There's the back. 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400. Call those numbers you see. Let me see if I can, there you go. Email that address. Find them on all those socials. We love Lilygrass. We love working with them. I always love coming by and sitting in the store because it's just so, it's an interesting place. There's always something new to look at every time I come in here, it feels like. So it's never a boring backdrop. I'll say that. Behind me, that side is the cardinal display, which that's quietly become one of my favorite parts of the store. So you can come by and see that yourself. They've got, wind chimes and wall decors, everything. So we love Lilygrass. Stop by yourself.
Business phone systems, manages Wi-Fi, and offers repair and support. Simplify your Wi-Fi before the emotional breakdown by calling Simplify Tech Solutions. Locally owned and operated at 405-981-1011. 405-981-1011. Simplify Tech Solutions.
Beards, etc. at 6636 Northwest 39th, Suite 102 in Bethany is your stop for beard trim and haircuts. Getting a 5-star review from their clients. Excellent professional barbers with a passion for exceptional. Beards, etc. in Bethany. Call for your appointment at 405-430-9706. Locally owned and operated, you can tell the difference at Beards, etc. 405-430-9706.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Riley, owner here at Victory Mattress Outlet.
Okay, we're getting back into it now. Thanks again, everybody listening on the Facebook.
Mattresses for prices they can't afford. I have a great offer for you right now. If you go to this website, victorymattressaoutlet.com/win, WIN, fill that form out, and you got a free coupon for a buy one mattress, get one 50% off. We look forward to seeing you. Have a great day.
And we are back past the halfway point of our show here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. You're listening online on Live 365. You can go to thegospelstation.com and scroll down to find it. And you're also watching on Facebook. on our account, Gospel Station Sports and Talk. I'm live. Hi, Facebook, waving at the camera. Thank you for tuning in there. This show is at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor. What you envision, they make a reality. So thanks to Lilygrass, 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400. Alicia Rankins and her staff are extremely friendly and are always ready to serve you. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Saturday, 9 to 2. I talked a little bit going into break about the different sections of the store, but it is much more pronounced than you would think. I mean, there are pumpkins and a lot of orange in the fall segment, and there's Christmas trees and nativity scenes and everything in the winter segment, and it really is split up in a pretty noticeable way, which I've always liked. But anyways, getting back into the sports talk here, we've got Northern Oklahoma College Enid women's soccer on the call. So we're going to get into their season here, what their practices have been like, and everything in between. So, Coach, let's go back to you, starting things off. In this first season, how have you approached the practices you're running for the team? Is there something, a skill, or an idea you're really trying to hit with the girls?
I mean, it's kind of tough to say. I think a lot of it's going to be growing in our technical ability to receive the pass, make an accurate pass at a high level, doing it with speed and efficiency is really the big thing. Obviously, we get into some tactical things, but a lot of it comes down to actually getting the technical aspects of the game really solidified. Because at the end of the day, if we're not able to technically approach the game, then we're not going to be able to tactically approach it either. Because the tactics won't really matter at the end of the day.
That's pretty fair, I'd have to say. That's pretty fair. So I'll take that question and expand upon it with Miss Ames. So you mentioned the technical side of that. Going through these practices, do you have is it the footwork? Is it the shot selection? What is it technically that you find yourself working on the most?
For me, I feel like most of us at this level are pretty good technically. Like, we've gotten this far. Most of us have played our whole life. We can make good passes, so it's like just the high pressure that we play under. Like, we play in small spaces, high speed. Like, we'll do like one touches. So for me, I try and work on like scanning to like make sure I know where I want to go with my passes to like so I can do it in one touch. And shooting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah.
All right. Great. I mean, again, makes sense to me. In my professional soccer opinion, say you've got that figured out, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to Miss Harvey next in the midfield. Coach Jolly mentioned that if the technical aspect isn't there, the strategy aspect doesn't really matter. But for you in the midfield, communication has to be such an important aspect of the game. How do you work on the communication with your teammates?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the communication starts as soon as we get here. We come in, we report back 2 weeks before school starts for preseason, and during that time, we're not only communicating on the field, we are off the field trying to solidify a bond to get our chemistry together. And it's every practice, it's in the classrooms, it's in the dorms. We are constantly trying to communicate with each other if we have problems on the field, off the field, in the classroom, whatever that may be. But yes, for my position in the midfield, communication is key. We are kind of almost controlling. We are the people that the ball will flow through, the passes flow through. We're the ones switching it. We have to be on our toes 24/7, being in the middle of the field. And so yeah, how we work on communication is just in every practice, and then, like I said, in the classrooms, off the field, doing all the activities. And yeah, it's one of the most important parts of the game.
Right, absolutely. And to Miss Chavez, finally rounding out this little trio of questions, if you're playing soccer, you got to have pretty good conditioning. You got to be in shape. And it is tough. So how do you stay locked in going through both the school and the sports side of things, having to maintain that physicality?
Yeah, those first 2 weeks are really tough. You really work on everything, especially getting in shape. We had 3 fitness tests our first 3 days here, and that was tough, but we all did it. We got through it together. was 2 weeks, and it was tough, but
Ooh,
all made it through.
a fitness test, huh?
3. Yeah, 3 of them. Fitness test.
Oh, am I detecting a little bit of bad memories here? A little bit.
You know, no one's ever really happy having to run a fitness test, but it's needed. We got to do it.
You're happy when it's over.
Yeah.
Coach Jolly, your thoughts on this statement?
Well, I mean, the way I see it is I think over the summer, all these players are given a packet of what the fitness tests are and what they need to do to, kind of be ready for them. And at that point, the ball's in their court where, if you show up and you show up ready to go, then the fitness tests, yeah, they're meant to test you and then push you to your limit. But if you prepare over the summer, normally, they're not extremely bad. The ones who don't prepare over the summer are normally the ones that are feeling it the most at the end of the day. But the way I see it is if we can come in fit and ready to go, then we can get straight to soccer. If we're not fit when we get here, then really that first 2 weeks is spent getting the fitness, and we're 2 weeks behind on soccer.
Right. Actually, it's funny you should mention that because I can directly relate that back to what you mentioned earlier about efficiency. If you're ready to go, then you're right, you just get right into it. You don't have to spend any time playing catch up, right?
Yeah, definitely. And so that was kind of the goal, and I think the players did well with it. I think most everybody was fit coming in, or at least really close to being there. I told them if they can show up with at least 80% of their fitness level throughout trainings over the first 2 weeks, we'll get you the rest of the 20% there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always a little bit of improving that comes with the practices naturally. So let's go back to Miss Chavez now, since she brought it up there. Tell us a little bit about what these fitness tests are like. What actually are the drills or the runs you have to do?
Well, there was 3 different ones, and the first one was a 2-mile in 14 minutes. And the second one, it was kind of like a beep test, but just a little bit different. And then the last one was called the Manchester United test. And that one, I think, was the toughest one.
Okay, now I'm not familiar enough with the pro scene, I guess, to know what that means. So the Man United test, can y'all expand on that?
We basically run the full length of the field. We have 25 seconds to get there, and then 32 seconds to jog back. And you do that for the first 10, and as you get there, it keeps getting shorter in time.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun.
100-yard sprints.
That is
for all of it. If you finish it. If you finish it.
Yeah, right. That's a big if sometimes, right? Oh man, yeah, no, okay. Now I understand why y'all were kind of exasperated at just the thought of the fitness test. All right. To all 3 of you, because I want your combined opinions on this. In this first year, this first little preseason bit, what has Coach Jolly, in your opinions, done the best at preparing y'all with? What has he done the best at teaching?
I think he's done really good on, because we work on like small-sided to get out of, like those, like the tips, because we're really tight, and we have to get out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
In my opinion, I think that Joe Jolly has improved the program a lot by making a lot of our players feel more comfortable and more confident, so that we can evolve just the players that even we already had.
Right. I like that. That's a good answer. Combining both, the newcomers and the veterans of the program. That's always going to be tough for a coach anywhere. Actually, oh no, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And going off of that, another thing that we did to as a team is we started having team meetings in our first 2 weeks of preseason, and during those meetings, we were we weren't covering so much of soccer, but we were getting down to what really matters, and it's about like us and like your soul and your mindset and your heart. And so we talked about some key words that we went over that we want to keep within our team and like hold like in our vision. Is we went over humility and discipline and unity and honor, and we just went over what each of those meant and how we can put them not only into the field but into our community, our classrooms, and that is who we are. We are not just athletes, but we are people.
Wow, that's impressive. That's very impressive. I like hearing
I
that.
thought it was something important to have, like especially coming. There's a lot of people that are new to being away from home for the first time and maybe coming into a whole different town. It can be scary, and it's just a reminder that like you're not just an athlete. Like we all are here as people, and there's just different things that you have to work on besides soccer, and that can't just be your sole focus, and that we all can relate in some type of way. And so I thought that was something great that we did for our first week of just coming together, building that bond, not only with Coach Jolly, but with the team as well.
And that's actually really good advice for players everywhere, is not to make your sport your entire life, not to hook all that value on just that one thing, but to get involved in other people and to get involved in other ways. So that's good advice.
Right.
Yeah. All right. We've got a break coming up, but before we go, I want to say just one more thing here. Have you ever considered getting something physical to help players remember that, like the wristband or something like that? That's what my college did. We would have wristbands with Bible verses on them. Have y'all ever considered something like that?
Well, in the past, with a few other teams, if we've put stuff on the back of T-shirts, is a lot of what I have done in the past. Getting here a little later than I would have liked to get here, though, because we don't have time to do that. But as far as for them, we've made it an acronym, which is DUH, is DUHH, which is discipline, unity, honor, and humility. And so what I've told them is, if you can remember DUH, then you can be, a successful student athlete in this program. And so that's why a lot of them throughout the day, throughout training, or whatever we're talking about any of these things, will just be like DUH, because that's kind of how they remember it.
I'm going to remember that tonight, so that's how you know it works. That acronym is burned into my. That's a good one.
Okay, that was the goal.
You know what? When I asked that, I was not expecting the acronym DUH, so you got me. All right, we've got one more segment left on this show, but we got to send it to one more commercial break. You're listening to and watching The Game Plan live on thegospelstation.com. Scroll Sports and Talk, and live on Facebook, Gospel Station Sports and Talk. We're out at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor here at 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400. What you envision, they make a reality. So call them at 405-721-1813 or go to the website www.lilygrass.com. Find them on the socials. They're on Facebook, X, and everything in between. And we'll tell you a little bit more about them coming back from break. One more segment left to go on The Game Plan.
Lilygrass Flowers and Decor is rooted in rich history dating back to 1979. In the precious memory of Flowers by Roy, Alicia Rankins and staff have carried the commitment to only offer the finest, unique floral arrangements with same-day delivery locally and nationally. What you envision, we make reality at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway.
This is a good group. I'm loving this group.
At 721-1813.
Got to remember to mute this. I'm loving this group. This is such a great team. They're doing such a good job answering these questions. I'm really enjoying this one. They're going to have a good season, if I had to guess.
21 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
Apple Tree Antique Gallery set in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. It is the home of the Gotta Have It, with over 70 vendors and spacious shopping. Always celebrating the third weekend of the month with special Apple Tree Antique Gallery is locally owned and operated with a hometown Bethany flavor and tradition. Call 495-0602 and check out the Gotta Have It Apple Tree Antique Gallery.
Your home and your car are more than just things. They're where you make your memories, and they deserve the right protection. At Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, well, he gets it, and that's why he's there. For your home, life insurance, car, and more, call Blake Nightingale 405-728-1313. Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, 7304 Northwest Expressway. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. State Farm Insurance.
If you're hankering for some real Oklahoma barbecue, then get yourself on over to Earl's Palace at 6816 Northwestern in Oklahoma City. And the ribs, chicken, turkey, sides, and the gobblers that will send your taste buds on a hoot. No, unique catering.
I'm shaking again. My fault.
Get you set up, dine in with friendly customer service or carry out. You're going to savor Earl's Rib Palace. I reckon I ought to give you their phone number. It's 405-843-9922. Making mouth-watering barbecue since 1996. Earl's Rib Palace.
And we are back with the final segment here of the game plan, live from Lilygrass Flowers and Decor at 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400 here in OKC. I got to be honest with you folks, I'm a little sad that this one is nearing its end. This has been a great show so far. I have had a lot of fun. To everybody on the other end of the line here, I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're having a blast. I think this is a first for some of us, and so it's a lot of new for a few of the girls, and getting to experience this has been a lot of fun.
Well, trust me, you guys sound like pros. All right, you sound like you've done this plenty of times before. So, hey, okay. So I've got a question. Since I'm at a flower shop, it's kind of fitting for the place, but do any of y'all have, say, a favorite flower or anything like that? Just something personal you can share real quick?
No, I just like them if they're pretty.
That's so fair. That's that's how it works, right?
My favorite flower is tulips. I don't know if you've heard of the Texas tulips, but I try to go there every year.
Okay, nice.
I like sunflowers.
Sunflowers, that's a classic. I like it. Good answers from all three of you there. Hey, but thanks for answering that question real quick. Just a fun one since we're at a flower shop and all. But yeah, to everybody listening, custom bouquets here at Lilygrass, they can make them for whatever flowers for whatever event. So thanks to them. All right, and finally, getting back into the soccer here on this last one. We've talked about how y'all got here. We talked about how the practices are run. We've talked about just about everything in between from the physical to the mental side. But looking ahead at this schedule, you start conference play in September, which is only a week away. Is there a game this season you four are looking forward to the most?
I mean, I think I can say for myself, really, it's for me, it's always the next game is the most important one for us. And so there's really not a specific team on our schedule that we have circled. Obviously, for me being my first year here, pretty much every team is circled. But I think really our goal is to get past our region, get past our conference, and then really start circling those next few once we're able to compete outside of our region.
There you go, spoken like a true coach.
The girls might have a different answer. That's mine.
Well, if they do, go ahead. Let me hear it.
I think the team that we are really looking forward to playing is Seminole. Last year, that was some. I mean, they obviously are a very good competitive team filled with strong players, and so I think that's just a team that we are looking forward to playing, and hopefully we want to see a different outcome than last year. But like Joe Jolly said, it just really is the next game because we play Sundays and Wednesdays, so we don't get a whole lot of recovery time. And during those days, we are just looking forward to the next game and recovering and getting back into. I mean, if it was a rough game the last time, we put it behind us and we're moving forward. We're fixing our mistakes and we're just trying to keep going on in the season.
Honestly, spoken like a true coach right there. You might have a coaching gig in your future.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and to your point, at Seminole, you're right. They always do have a good teams, good competitive teams. But I like that you're looking forward to that because it's so competitive. It's not like you're looking forward to an easy win here. You want a team that's going to push you guys to your limits, and really you get to test yourself against and hopefully come out on top. So I like that. I like that a lot. That's what, this level of college especially is supposed to be about at the junior college level, is really improving in the 2 years you've gotten here and just seeing how far you can climb. So that segues into my next question for the three players. Do you three individually have big plans after graduating in OC?
I plan on getting my degree in elementary education after, as well as continuing to play soccer. I love kids and I want to be a teacher in the future, so that is what I want to do after OC.
Nice. That's a very honorable pursuit, doing teaching and working with little kids. Lord knows we need more good teachers in America.
Right. Yes. Right. Yeah, I'm kind of with Marissa on that. I would like to go on and potentially go and play at a 4-year if I can, and I will pursue my education in exercise science. I want to become a physical therapist.
Nice. I've had plenty of friends go down the physical therapy line, and it really does seem like a fulfilling career to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps you around sports, which is always a bonus.
Right. Yes. Yes.
And then for me, I also want to continue to play soccer after this season, and I'm majoring in behavioral sciences and social sciences, and I want to be a therapist.
Ooh.
So I'll continue on that path after this.
Okay, a therapist. That's got to be tough work, but that's got to be super interesting at the same time.
Yes, I find it very interesting.
Ooh, we may have to do another Zoom call sometime in the future, and you can talk to me about that, because that sounds like a really, really interesting career path.
Yes, we should.
Well, I'm excited to hear that all three of you plan to continue your careers. That's always great to hear, and I'm sure you guys will do great this season and in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's like you guys said, just take it a game at a time. It's like Coach said, a game at a time. One competition to the next. Focus on yourselves. Play the game the right way, and you'll leave with no regrets.
Right.
And I think the last thing I want to talk about related to the soccer, I might have one or two more questions after this. But for the freshmen coming in this year, do you three have any pieces of advice, any words you'd like to say for the underclassmen coming in this year?
Just keep working hard and they'll get to where they want to get to. They're a very strong group of young ladies, and I think they'll do very well in what they want to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always good to have a nice freshman class there that you can take under your wing. It sounds like with you three as captains, they'll be doing all right next year.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. And one last question for you here. And, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, we've got EPH 511 coming on right after the conclusion of this show. And I believe Coach Jolly is going to get to stick around on that for a little bit. So if you're enjoying this conversation, everyone listening, stay tuned for that. I think I'm going to stick around for it as well. But Coach, in your opinion, do you have, well, I shouldn't say an opinion, in your view, do you have any pieces of advice, anything you'd like to say to the three captains you have with you as they go into this final year?
I mean, I think we've spoken a lot, starting from the summer to now. I think I bother these girls pretty often throughout the week of needing to get stuff done, seeing where their heads are at, seeing where the team's heads are at. They're doing a great job so far. The main thing that I would say is keep doing what you're doing and trust yourself. Whatever decisions that you make, make them with 100% commitment, right? And so, I say that to them on the field. I say that off the field. Just roll with what you're doing. You think you're making the right choice, then go for it. And then obviously, if it's the wrong choice, then we'll see how we can fix that and maybe alter our choices in the future. But I think it's just big on trust yourself. I think they're all in a spot where they can make their own choices on and off the field. So it's keep doing what you're doing. Trust yourself and enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts, because soccer is going to end at some point for everybody. And so enjoy it while you still can play.
Absolutely. Spoken words of a wise man, ladies, so I hope you were listening.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming on the show. We're coming up on the end of our time here. It really was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this interview, so thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, and we will have to do it again. Of course. All right. Well, with that about wrapped up, a reminder EPH 511 is coming on right after this, and Coach Jolly is going to stick around. We're going to end this show off a little bit early so we all have plenty of time to get ready for that. Because I know I'm going to have to tear things a little bit down on my end. So thank you to Northern Oklahoma College and Enid Women's Soccer for coming on the show. And Coach Jolly, before we do officially sign off, where can they keep up with your team? Can they watch the games?
Yeah, so everything can be watched on our website at nfcjets.com. That's where you can keep up with our scores, our schedule. Also on our Instagram, our Alyssa here takes great care of our Instagram. It's it's at NOCWSOC. So we're on that pretty often, and then all of our games can be live streamed through our website. Everything should be on there throughout the year, and so we're excited to get the season going. And then obviously all of our home games, we love everyone to come out and support and watch us in person. Get to see the girls in real life a bit and cheer them on, so they know that you're supporting them as well.
No, absolutely, and thank you, Coach, for telling people where they can go. Had no idea Alyssa was doing the Instagram. That's pretty cool. Honestly, social media is like a full-time job. Yeah.
She is our social media professional on this team. So all of our posts might get a little bit worse after this season ends.
That's about the highest praise he could have given you, Alyssa. Is that it'll get worse once you're gone. All right. Well, that takes us to the end of our show. One last time, thank you to Lilygrass Flowers and Decor for being the venue for the game plan tonight. This was one of the most fun I've ever had on one of our episodes. What you envision, they make a reality. Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 400 here in OKC. Call them at 405-721-1813. Email them info@lilygrass.com. Go to the website, www.lilygrass.com, and find them on all the social media. All right, that does it for this show. EPH 511 coming on right after this, so don't go anywhere. This has been The Game Plan on thegospelstation.com, Scroll Sports and Talk, and live on Facebook, Gospel Station Sports and Talk as well. I'll see you on the next one on some of our high school games coming up this week. But for now, have a great rest of your night, and God bless. Whew. All right. That was a good one. And there's the music. Okay, folks. So right after this, EPH 511 is coming on. I'm going to stick around on that show with head coach Joe Jolly, the man you just heard. We're going to be on there for roughly half an hour, and then we both got to go. Won't be on Facebook, unfortunately. I'm going to need my computer for other things. But I invite you guys to tune in on Live 365. You can go to the website, Live 365, and just type in the search bar, the Gospel Station Sports and Talk, and you'll find the station. Or you can go to thegospelstation.com, click on the music tab, and scroll right on down to Gospel Station Sports and Talk and find it there. But thank you all for tuning in. It really was a lot of fun, and I will see y'all on the next one. Have a good night. And as you just heard, God bless.